Hey everyone, good afternoon. Justin again with Survival Reviews. Wanted to just talk about some knives. I posted the Rajah 2 review out there. Let's talk about though what we want to review next on the channel. So I'll just start putting some of these guys up there. Oh, we have a Benchmade Infidel fixed blade. Super nice. Relatively lightweight. And I'm sorry if my camera angle's a little off or it's a little shaky. I'm actually trying out a new setup for my videos. I've got a small closet here that I'm filming in because I can keep the lighting relatively bright, and also I can insulate my videos from external sounds a little bit better. Although, you know, you're still gonna have the the sound of my breathing because it's a really small closet. Oh, we've got the Immortal. We've got a drop forged knife from Cold Steel. What's this guy? Oh, Seal Pup. What do you guys want to see next? Just let me know. I've been collecting knives and weapons and using them since I was about 7 years old. Grew up in a very small town. We needed to hunt and fish and mushroom hunt. We needed to do that just to put food on the table. So as I got older, as I went to college, as I started building myself up, changing my life, and I'm still in the process of that. I mean, it's not something that I'm going to ever be finished with. Educating myself, getting out there and doing things, enjoying my passions and hobbies. But, you know, as I was growing up, I continued to collect these things and practice these hobbies. At one point on YouTube, before it got too difficult to be monetized, I actually had deals with Cold Steel to do reviews of their stuff, their gear, their equipment, their weapons. I had an informal deal with Kershaw at one time, some ammunition manufacturers, gun manufacturer, and I'm just trying to get back into it now. Wanted to see what this TikTok thing was all about, and I'm liking it. I'm liking the sense of community. I don't really like how much they censor videos. There's a Mantis Knives. You guys have seen this one before, but I don't think I did a full review of this yet, but that's the Tough Tony. So just let me know in the comments, please, you know, what you guys want to see next. I've literally got bags and bags of gear and knives that I've carried, I've used over the years. Again, I'm creeping up on 50 years old. I've been doing this stuff since I was 7. So I've got a couple CJRBs here. Some people haven't even heard of this brand. Just let me know, you know, what you guys are looking for to review. And then you can let me review it. And I'll tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to try to sell people's products. If I don't like the knife, if I don't like the gear, I will tell you that. I will be honest. I'm not going to be bought out by any of these folks, any of these companies. And, you know, I've always been like that. I've always told companies that, you know, that's fine if you want to send me your stuff. If I use it and I carry it and I don't like it, I'm going to tell people that. I'm going to tell people what I like, what I don't like. This one won't even fit on the screen, but this is a Kershaw. I think it's a Camp 10 or Camp 14. I'd have to look it up again, but this thing's pretty cool. Look at that. Talk about a hefty machete style blade and chopper. And this handle is amazing. It's so sticky and grippy. I really like it. I like that it has a lanyard hole, but it also has a hole up here, and you can actually lash this if you wanted to a large stick for a spear. So again, I appreciate your all support. I love it that you guys are into this stuff. You know, I always tell people I have kind of a steel addiction, right? I like I like blades. I always have. I like these things. You know, so I'm enjoying that. I'm also finding a community here, and I'm able to engage with you guys a little bit, and you know, that you enjoy this stuff too. This is one I've had probably, I don't know, 35 years. It was probably my first large chopper. This is a Spec, I think it's called the Spec Raider buoy. Look, you can see how torn up the sheath is, how dirty it is. This has been on many, many outdoor adventures with me. You can see if I can get my angle right, the kind of breakdown of the hilt here, right where the lanyard line goes through. I have used this thing and beat on it and done things with it that it probably was not ever meant to be used for. Carried it on many adventures. In fact, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's a Spec Plus Raider buoy. I'm pretty sure that one time I got my trout line caught up. You can see, I think a lot of this damage was done by pounding in stakes in the ground for some of my primitive camping. And you can see that I got a little blessing from one of my knives recently. But yeah, I got my trout line snagged up with a huge turtle, a huge alligator snapping turtle. And he had swallowed one of my hooks. He was going to die a horrible death. He would not let go. I used pliers and everything I could to try to get the hook and lure out of his mouth. It wouldn't come out, so I dispatched him with this. He was probably, I want to say he was about 25 or 30 pounds. And obviously, I personally try not to kill any animal unless I'm going to eat it. So that night and the next day, I think that night I had turtle soup, and the next day I had some leftover turtle for breakfast. But all that to say that, you know, this is a serious knife. You can see I've sharpened it and resharpened it over and over again. But, you know, probably 30 years I've had this. It's held up. I love this guy. Again, it was my first large, really large chopper that I bought. Let's see what else I've got here. I know I'm running out of video space, but just to give you an idea of, you know, I've got things across the board. I think this is another Cold Steel. I think this is this is the Survival Rescue Knife, the SRK from Cold Steel. Again, it's got another really grippy, good handle, good blade profile, great for batoning, great for bushcraft stuff. It's not super heavy, but, you know, definitely use it for food prep or cleaning an animal. And it'll break a pelvis. Excuse me, it'll cut through that on a deer as well. That's a good one. Cold Steel makes great sheaths. There's no rattle. What you're hearing there is the clip or the little snap here, but no rattle in the sheath. You see it won't drop out no matter what you do. You actually have to push it. So the Kydex is molded such that you push with your thumb and then it pops right out in your hand. On most of my knives, if you see a little liquid, this is just the oil. So all of my blades I keep in good condition. I keep them sharp. I oil them, especially after handling them, because I don't want the whatever, the minerals, the oils, the whatever that's on my hand to corrode the blade. So I just give it a thin coating of oil before I put it up. Keeps them from rusting, especially some of these Cold Steel knives are high carbon steel. They're not necessarily stainless steel, so you just need to maintain your weapons. Oh, here's an interesting little cleaver that I got. Don't remember the brand. I'd have to look it up before I do a review, but really like this guy for food prep. It's big, it's thick, it's heavy, it's full tang. You can see that. It's got the extra thumb holes here. You could, if you wanted to choke up, you can do that. You can use the back here, these angles for ferro rods to start fires. Yeah, Shenhua. So it's not a very expensive one, but I like it. It's nice. It's heavy. So guys, just let me know what type of content you want. Again, I've been doing this stuff a long time. I used to go, even when I was young, 10, 12, 13, 14, I used to go primitive camping. I would bring water, and that's it. I would tell the parents, hey, drop me off out here, pick me up in 3, 5, 7 days. And luckily they were, well, I'm Gen X, so I think they knew I was fine. They knew I knew how to take care of myself. So I was lucky enough that they allowed me to do that stuff. This is a pretty nice one by Cold Steel. This is their Cold Steel Natchez buoy. Very pretty. Brass, handle, wood. Very thick, heavy blade. Really like this one. This one is kind of funny. This is, I think it's a $400 knife. But what I did with this one is I found this actually in a secondhand store, and it was all busted apart. The tang was bent. The handle was shattered. I mean, someone had really done a number on this knife, and I knew Cold Steel had a lifetime warranty. So I think I bought all the pieces for $30 or $40. I sent it to Cold Steel, and they were nice enough to replace it. But anyway, I'm not going to drag everything out. I've got a ton of stuff. I've probably got 3 or 4 years of content. If I wanted to, bags and bags and bags of this stuff. Let me see who's on. Fabian. Hey, Fabian. Hey, Chris 1990. User 917-8277012. Hey, Van. What's going on? Manuel Sandoval. Let's see. Glenda. Hey, how are you? Hey, Megan. Clarice Johnson. Jason Verley, Rock Ventatel. Please excuse me if I mispronounce anybody's name or handle. Elms or Elm Mister 81. John Deal, thank you for joining. Jake Haas, AJB, Yadi or Yadi, Connie Fisher, Carlos Sanchez. Thank you guys. I appreciate it very much. Appreciate the opportunity to get to meet you guys and talk to you and share, some of the stuff I'm passionate about and my experience with you guys. Really, really appreciate it. Means a lot to me. So thank you. Yeah, just let me know in the comments, what else you guys would like to see. This is my leather strap, one of them. One of my dear friends, Mike, made this for me. So I will hang this up. I'll put the finishing touches on my blades. With that, I've got a leather strap on a board. I've had this one for a really long time. Excuse the skull and crossbones. The pirate motif. I think my friend made this one for me too. So there's the American flag. On the back, I've got Jeweler's Rouge. So what you're going to do with any stone, you're going to have a hard time getting to a fine enough grain to really put an ultra fine razor sharp edge on your blades. So after you've gotten the edge reprofiled, after you've gotten it pretty sharp, you can use Jeweler's Rouge, rub that on your strop, your leather, and then you can finish stroking your knife and make it super sharp, shaving sharp. Let's see. Pull out another couple. I think I've posted this one on TikTok. I think this is the Kershaw Zombie Killer War Sword. Anyway, I've got a ton of this stuff that I'm happy to, share my experience with you guys, talk to you about it. If you have questions about knives or hunting, camping, primitive survival, food collection, food preparation, water purification, security, you name it, just drop that to me. You can also send me a message. Let's see here. I'm just learning TikTok, so please excuse me. It says I have messages here. What are these messages? Anybody know how to find the messages? So while I am good at this knife stuff, camping and survival, I am not that great at TikTok yet. Anyway, if you guys can share this, I keep having something pop up that says new messages, but I'm not sure how to. This is like one of my first lives. I'm not sure how to read that or interact with it. What does this interact button do? I don't know. Anyway, I'll work on getting better at TikTok. If you guys will like and share and follow my stuff, I would love that. Send me questions. I will get to all of your questions. And really just appreciate the support, appreciate the love, and mutual respect. It goes both ways. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to sign off for now. I'm going to take the kid probably to the circus. Circus is in town, so we'll go do that. And thank you again. Thanks for all the support. I really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. How do I flip this around? How do I flip this around? What does this do? All right. Signing off. Thank you guys. Really appreciate you. Take care. Charlie Mike.